Hey everyone, so I'm going to attempt to make a video today to show you how to put on the 3D mascara. I'll show you what I've done already. So I have one eye done and one not, and that one's a little crazy, I slept on it, oops. And I already tight lined this eye, which is where you kind of put the eyeliner in between the lashes instead of on your lid, and I actually really like it. I've just started doing it because I saw a tutorial on it, and I used our Unique Perfect black eyeliner and I love it. It's amazing. I've used a lot of it already. So sometimes before I start doing my 3D mascara, I might warm up my transplanting gel, and that's just to kind of get it loose. Sometimes as you use it more and more, it gets a little sticky. Sometimes it's fine though, and I don't have to worry. So a lot of times people say to put a coat of regular mascara on first, and I don't really like to have to do that. I don't like to have to buy another mascara because I love ours so much. So what I do instead to kind of get my lashes prepped, because they're so extremely tiny, can't even see them, they're not even there. And they're blonde, so it's great. So I just put a layer of transplanting gel. See how good I am at applying through the camera. My left eye is always harder than my right eye. Probably should have washed off the other one. I feel like everyone looks so funny when they apply mascara. Okay, so you can see it doesn't get very long anyways. And that's pretty much what my eyes look like with regular mascara. Make sure I got it all. And don't worry about, I get black stuff all over while I'm applying. And I just use a Q-tip at the very end. These are amazing. So I kind of let that dry for a second. You know, sometimes I'll take my lash comb. Oh, this is something everyone needs. It's amazing. It's also a brow brush. Brushes up my brows. It is so worth it because it kind of helps get things straightened out. These are kind of crazy anyways, but when applying, I feel like it makes you have longer lashes too. So sometimes even with the gel, if it's kind of gooped together, I will kind of use this to help separate it. Okay, so after it's kind of dried for a minute, and I start this whole process right at the beginning of getting ready. So like I get out of the shower and I'll put on a layer of gel, and then I'm like blow drying my hair, and then I'll do my next layer. I just like to make it kind of dry in between layers. Seems like it gets it a little longer than doing it really quick. You can do it quick too, and I've done that before, you know, less than 5 minutes, but okay, so I've got my gel again. Looks like mascara. And this time I do on top and more on the ends, just because that's where I'll be putting my fibers. My bottom lashes are always so hard to get. So I'll I want to make sure it's nice and covered. Oops. Put that back in, and before it dries, put a layer of the fibers. So you can see on the first coat, I kind of coat it all over. You don't want to get too close to your eye, because that's where it gets in your eye, and then they kind of bug you. But they kind of just feel like little tiny hairs sometimes, or nothing at all. Okay. Make sure that's good. Might kind of touch up over here. Okay, and then I'm going to do the bottom. Okay, so I let that dry for a minute, and usually if this eye isn't done, I go to this side and I do this side, because by the time I'm done with that side, then I go back. But I let the fibers dry before I put on my, get this black out of the way, before I put on my gel again to seal it, because you always want to do gel, fibers, gel. Okay, so they've dried for like 30 seconds. While I was kind of waiting, I take and kind of brush it out a little bit, because it helps get those fibers on the end or get tangles. Always in the corner. Shh. Always in the corners of my eyes. They get kind of clumpy, and I don't know if it's just my lashes or what. So this really helps with that. So now I'm going to do another layer of gel. I kind of brush on top. The edges, you want to really get, like I said, sometimes they get kind of hard because it's hard to reach them. And like I said, I don't worry about, getting black stuff on me. Even if I have pigments on my eye already, eyeshadow pigments, the Q-tips get the black stuff off without wiping off my pigments. Okay. So because I put it on the top, get all the ends, because now I'm going to quickly put another layer of fibers, and this time I just brush it on the ends, because I'm not worried about adding volume to my lower lashes. I want length. Make sure to get the edges. Okay, and then I do the bottom. I said these are so stubborn. I make some funny faces. Okay. Okay, and I'll kind of fix that. Get those. Okay, so I went ahead and applied 1 or 2 more layers just because I didn't want you to have to watch the same thing over and over again. But I just applied it the same each time, let the fibers dry a little bit, and then applied with gel. So right now, my bottoms are done. I know it looks crazy with all the black stuff. We'll clean that up. I'm going to put one more last coat of gel on my top. And then as you can see, they're pretty close. It's always hard if you have one eye and then you do the other because you're not remembering exactly the layers, and it can get hard to make them even. So I usually like to do them all together. So I'll just apply this last coat of gel. And sometimes I get funny long ones that take better, and I'll just try to pull those ends so my eyelashes don't look crazy with a few long ones, but these ones turned out okay. So now that pretty much done, at the very end, when I'm all done and I like how they look, take a blow dryer. I'm in a hotel, so this is a funny little one. But this is what helps curls it, because as you can see, this one kind of hanging down. It's still, you can see it, but it's not as up and in your face as that one. So I just blow dry, and I'm really weird. I like to have them both kind of blow dried. You can close your eyes, especially contact wearers, but I kind of hold it at chin level down here. I mean, you can do it closer, but if it's really hot, you don't want to burn your eyes, so here goes. crazy. So you can see it kind of, I don't like to get it too much because it'll curl them funny. Ooh, don't know what I'm doing. So I'd take my lash comb and kind of straighten them back out because they might bend in funny directions. And we don't want that. These bottom ones are kind of being funny. Sometimes if you're in between, you know, lashes falling out or growing, your eyes can do funny things with them. But a lot of times, after I blow dry them, and if it kind of made them look a little sparse, I might just add on a little extra gel to kind of pump them back up. And maybe some fibers on the very end. It kind of adds them back to it. That one's got a funny clump. It's harder to do this, not with a mirror and more of your camera. It's not quite as easy. But I just want to give you kind of an up close look because it's always so hard to know exactly how to apply them. And this is what works for me. Maybe totally different for you. Now I take my handy dandy Q-tip. I might use 2 if I'm doing both eyes. And I just, if it's really wet, I might get it, the end wet to get it good. But usually just kind of rolling it. Clears all that black stuff without feeling like you're gonna smudge anything or mess up other makeup. Because I use this all the time when I have eyeshadow on already. And it just, you know, and sometimes throughout the day, I might get 1 or 2 that fall just because, you know, normal wear. But I feel like with blow drying it, it kind of seals it, you know, so you don't get those loose fibers falling anywhere. There. That one's pretty good for not using a mirror really. I probably put another layer on this morning because I slept in it. But hopefully you can kind of see what it does. My process probably takes a little longer because I have such short lashes. But that's what I love is the fact that, you know, I can get them really long for how tiny they are and how blonde. And so, you know, if you have long lashes, this will work even better. And definitely get a lash comb. It's amazing. And then here's your fibers and your gel. And I would say every 2 to 3 months probably open up a new one just because it starts to get clumpy and weird. And I love new mascara. I don't know about you. Hope that helped. Watch for more of my funny makeup how-tos and what I do. Hope you liked it.